Okay, so we are down to the little finishing touches on the 79 series build. Today we're going to be installing two Renogy solar panels utilising our own solar clip to be able to add and remove these panels and move them into the sun when you're parked in the shade.
Oh my God.
Okay, I've got a spare.
What have you done?
Oh my God. It's awkward and it's painful. Wiring sucks. Sucks.
What?
Okay, so if you've been watching the rest of the series, the G-Works install, part of that was a massive Red Arc electrical package, which we do have the Alpha 100. Look, there wouldn't be too many of these in canopies yet, and it does seem overkill to have 100 amp charging capacity because the alternator in the 79 series probably won't cop being used at 100 amps all the time. So I've got that set at about 50 to 60 amps. We're going to get another 10 off the roof as we're driving. We're also going to be using the solar clips. So it's a really good way of showing you guys how the solar clip installs, how easy it is, and it's a great little DIY project. And it just allows you to park in the shade when you get to camp, pull those solar panels off and move them into the sun. Let's get into it. Okay, so I've opted to get some Renogy panels. To be honest, a lot of it had to do with the fact that they were black frame, but Renogy isn't too bad a brand. You know, it's not the top of the line, it's not dirt cheap. So I think that's a happy medium. I've had good luck over the years with quite inexpensive solar panels. They've been okay. So these are the actual solar brackets themselves. They're 3mm stainless steel. It is quite a simple concept. We have an over center latch that locks into some tabs here. So this part actually stays on the vehicle. This part stays with your solar panel, and they lock into position just like that. So it is quite simple. There's not many moving parts. There's nothing that can really rub together and rust because it's all stainless steel. And it's 4 bolts on each end into the solar panel and 4 bolts in total down into whatever you're fixing to. Look, I don't offer many options to fix down into things because there's just so many different variables of what people are fixing to. In our case, we're going to use slotted nuts that are specialty made for that rack. I do offer the bolt that goes into them, which is an 8mm bolt. Most things will accept an 8mm bolt. The only other part, obviously, there'll be a little bit of wiring to be done, which we'll go through that very shortly. But for now, let's start mocking this up on the top of the 79. First thing we need to do is sit the panels into position and make sure the solar brackets are going to align with what you need it fixed to. So we can actually bolt these to anywhere along the edge here, and there's also multiple options in the actual base plates. All right, go and get the other one. Okay, so the easiest way, like I said, is just to sit them in situ, and you can see how this is going to work already quite easily. So we've got slotted holes in the base plate here. That's going to work nicely there. Now the back one here is going to be a little bit trickier, although we can put it there. So there is multiple options here. Okay, once you're happy with where you're going to situate them, we go ahead and start bolting the actual part that stays on the solar panels to the solar panels themselves. For this step, you're going to need a drill and a 6mm drill bit. Now I am going to center the part that stays on the solar panel, actually centered on the solar panel itself, on both panels. Now that'll allow me to put either panel at the front of the canopy or at the rear. The only reason I'm doing that is, you know, when you're going to pack up camp, it doesn't matter which one you pick up first. You can just chuck them on and they'll both fit. We can actually alter where the plates go on the roof rack of that canopy, so they don't have to be perfectly in line with the bars as long as we get 2 points to fix to. So we'll go ahead and drill these holes and fit these to all ends of both solar panels. So the base plates are clipped back to the solar panel. Take note of what side your wiring comes off your panel. I want mine on the passenger side. So that also indicates which way you have your little tabs facing. So it doesn't matter whether they're facing back or forwards, but when you've got two panels like this, you want them at least facing the same way so you're able to remove the panels. If they're facing each other, they'll lock in and you won't be able to get them out. So we'll go about mounting these base plates to the rack now using the solar panels as your location. That's why we're clipped back on, and we'll measure them, get them equal from side to side, locate them front to back, and then we'll get into the wiring. Okay, so we've got 177 there. We'll measure the other side, make sure they're equal, and then bolt them all down. Probably can buy a little harness off the shelf. If you've got an Anderson plug ready to accept solar panels in your electrical setup, you can probably get an Anderson plug to go from Ando to these MC4 style connectors. These are a good connector, they're waterproof. However, it's not what I have on hand and generally not what I use. I am a bit of a sucker for a 50 amp Anderson plug. They're nice and simple. They click together, they work. They're a bit neater than these. So we're gonna cut these ends off both panels and put Anderson plugs on, and then I'm going to make a short harness to go from my solar input up onto the roof with two outputs for both of these to connect into. So let's get into it. They're gone. So we are going to leave that little bit of length. I think that'll be nice when it's up on the roof, and then obviously when we take them off, they can lay on the ground. The Anderson plug can lay on the ground when we run the cables to it. Righto, so the solar panel wiring is done. I'm going to make a little harness for my car now to plug it in. This part obviously is going to be different for everyone else. We just want Anderson plugs nice and close to where these panels do attach to your roof rack, so we can plug them in when we're up on the roof. Righto, so we've got the wiring all tidied away up on the roof rack. It really pays to take your time with wiring and things like that. Make it nice and neat. Really good connections, and then once it's up there, you shouldn't never have to worry about it again, hopefully. So we'll get the solar panels down and show you how these legs work, and that is really the beauty of this whole system, being able to unclip them quick smart. Okay, so it is that quick and easy just to unclip them, take them off the car and move them into the sun. There's a few other scenarios where it's really important to be able to remove those solar panels from the roof rack. Like if you actually want to use that roof rack to store things, you can leave these back at camp, plug them into your camper or your caravan while you duck out for the day, and use that roof rack to, say, load up some wood. We did that on a previous trip. So to be able to remove those panels to do things like that is really important. Eventually we'll probably put a boat on the roof, and if we do put that boat on the roof, it's going to negate the need for those panels, especially while we're camped and set up at that point. So you could leave them underneath there, get to camp, take the boat off, and then deploy those panels. Or you could just simply leave them at home and you're not lugging that extra weight around if you don't want the solar panels for a certain trip. We find every trip we do, we really do change our setup a little bit to suit the trip, and this really allows you to do that. Not only that, you can set this up so you can move it from car to car. If you've got a couple of 4 drives at home, if you're lucky enough to do that, just cuts down on how many panels you got to have, and really does, you know, allow you to be flexible with your setup more. Not only that, these could go on your camper or your caravan as well. Seen lots of people use them that way, and it's just a really good way of cutting down on having to lug around portable panels, making your roof panels portable at the same time. If you're still with us right now, thanks for watching till the end. I know it was basically an advert of our own product. I'm not going to hide that. We really are proud of this product. There's nothing else like it on the market, and it's one of those little finishing touches to the 79 series. So we are pretty much finished the 79 series build. We've got some side steps coming, and for now I'm probably going to run without a bull bar for a while. And I haven't hit an animal in my life traveling around Australia. Touch wood. I shouldn't say things like that because I probably will now. But the car's been about not adding things just for the sake of it, and for now a bull bar would be that. So we are going to be doing a full walk around and why we chose all these modifications, how we use it, and how we like them as we start using this vehicle. We'll do that on Smart Touring Systems, our main channel. So that'll be coming up, guys. If you do want to purchase the solar clip or maybe 3 or 4 of them and a few shirts, head to smarttouringsystems.com.au. While you're here, please smash that like and subscribe button. That is free. That really helps us out. Don't forget, guys, you do only live once, so get out in the shed and get into that project. See you next time.